Hey boys and girls, welcome back to Master Detective Archives Reign Code. In the last episode, we finally got to see the truth about Vivia Nightmare and his abilities, seeing firsthand how he was able to possibly get a different perspective in the last chapter, using his spectral projection powers to literally gain a new perspective on everything going on during the last case, allowing him to single-handedly solve the case with little to no major efforts, all while being in a sleep-like trance that allows him to literally ghost around and fly around and, well, go through anything he possibly wants to literally do anything as a detective when it comes to espionage and figuring out what's truly going on, since you could literally be somewhere without needing to literally be there. Overall, the thing is, we also got to see his true colors, since, well, he finally revealed himself to Yuma, showing although he is part of the group of the detective agency, he doesn't know if he can truly trust our intentions of finding the truth to everything, although never mentioning Shinigami or the Book of Death as his reasoning. He clearly implied it from what we knew previously. But with the investigation of the heavily guarded locked room mystery now truly beginning, what other mysteries will we uncover as time truly ticks on? And will we be able to gain the trust of Vivia Nightmare once and for all? Only time will really truly tell. And the thing is, well, Yakou can also apparently be gone as well at this current moment. Honestly, there really is quite a lot of questions. So with that being said, we're still in our little astral projection form, or spiritual projection form. And honestly, it looks like we're safe from the wandering spirits right now, which is interesting. Also, it looks like they're still doing work, which is interesting. We could see inside the lab from here. It looks like a spiral staircase goes even further down. That's interesting. I didn't know this place was even bigger than it seemed. That's interesting. Or no, that's gotta be the room we walked through earlier, isn't it? Oh yeah, it is. But we never went that way. I wonder what's over there.
I'm really digging the vibe here. It's like they set out to make the most cyberpunk looking place ever.
I guess you could say it like that. Kind of reminds me of the labs in, like, Resident Evil, though, more than it does, like, cyberpunk stuff, but it does kind of look cyberpunk-ish in a way. But honestly, before we do go any further, though, to our next major goal here, I would like to look at the last gumshoe gaps for Yakou for the time being before we go into the next room, because we don't know if he's going to be surviving this chapter. More than likely not, based on what Shinigami was saying. And based on what we saw in the last episode with the fact that we were hearing his soul and it was able to calm down, well, good old Vivia for a little time, for a decent amount of time, it seems. And maybe put a truce on us for the time being so he won't try and off us while we make our way back to our body at the current moment. But I am kind of curious on what Yakou's final two gumshoe gabs are for the time being until we finally get the final one. Because I don't know when we're getting that, but I'm very curious on what we'll find going forward here. And honestly, no time like the present, right? Before we find out what's truly going on with him. Because he could be very much gone by the time we make our way back to the main room where everybody's hiding at the moment. But it really depends. Still in the submarine, though. But obviously this would be previous chapters.
Hey, Yuma, can I ask you for a favor?
And I'm kind of curious on which chapter it might be connected to, because it could be after the submarine got rebuilt, too. So we're not entirely sure if it's before or after, at the current moment, just from a basic view. But yeah, what's going on, Yakou?
Huh? What is it?
How do I put this?
What exactly are you trying to ask us?
Why the hesitancy? That's not like you, Chief.
Yeah, it is a little strange for him to be hesitant. Like, what kind of question would require any kind of hesitancy?
Right. We're pals, after all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Then I'll say it. Well,
what?
Will you lend me some money?
I guess that would make sense about the hesitancy, but I don't think Yuma has anything.
No.
Huh? Why? You said we're pals!
Yuma has literally no money. I don't think he even has a single cent.
I did, but I don't have any money. You can't draw blood from a stone.
Yeah, you really can't. And we have a bill to pay for Halara, and I don't think she'll let us even give anybody else money, even if we wanted to.
I heard kids these days have lots in savings.
Well, I'm an amnesiac with literal no memories and no money to speak of, so nice try, Yakou, but you won't be able to get much from me. Maybe Vivia, but definitely not from Yuma.
Why do you even need any money? You should have more than I do.
You really should.
Well, I've been drinking more recently, so my living expenses have been stretched thin.
Well, if you cut back on the expenses you spend on your drinking and your smoking, you might have some money. Because every time I see you, you always have a cigarette in your mouth, so you must be going through like packs a day, and I'm pretty sure those things aren't cheap whatsoever. Because from what I know about it, I don't smoke whatsoever, but I do know that those things can be expensive. I just don't know the exact price, is all.
Isn't that your own fault then?
Yeah, really is.
Sheesh. My employees are so heartless.
Not really, to be fair, because that's more of like a luxury thing.
I wish some super profitable job would fall into my lap.
Could work a second job if you want. Since it seems like you do and don't want to be a detective sometimes.
If only I had a master detective's abilities, I could easily make some cash.
That would definitely help you.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yuma, you have one. Don't even start. But at this point, your ability is almost as good as Vivia's, just by the fact that you could literally use anybody's.
A master detective could make a ton of money if they used their powers for profit.
Yeah, they definitely could.
Right? I wonder why these guys just work as detectives.
It is pretty confusing that some of them do, but we were told specifically, I think it was by Halara specifically during the Nailman chapter, that there is people that do. So, they do, it's just that most of the time they don't.
I don't understand it one bit.
Speaking of, you've met a bunch of master detectives, haven't you, Chief?
Yeah, how many have you met?
Yeah, I sure have.
Really? Like what kind, exactly? Because we hear about a bunch of cool ones that, like other people have that were never sent to Kanai Ward, but I'm kind of curious on what ones he knows about.
Have you seen any particularly amazing abilities?
Yeah, what kind do you know about?
I'm curious about what other kinds of master detectives are out there.
Amazing abilities, huh? Well, to me, they were all amazing, since I don't have any myself.
Fair enough.
But among them all, the one that really freaked me out was the ability to hear the culprit's inner voice.
Really? Now that sounds very helpful. Huh. I like that one.
Huh? Wouldn't that make them unstoppable as a detective?
It really would, but if people knew about the ability, they'd get rid of them quickly, I think.
Yeah, it's considered the all-time ace up the WDO sleeve. Seeing it with my own eyes sure made me feel depressed.
Could be number one's ability. We don't know about number one, really. We saw him like once, and I feel like we'll see him again at some point. Even though it seems like we're not. But he got a profile for a reason, I would think. I think we would eventually at least meet him, at least in some way. It would be cool.
Can I really call myself a detective when there's a monster like that doing this job?
Fair enough, but there's only so much one person can do, even with an ability like that, to be fair.
You're right. It makes me feel unsure myself.
Yeah, it really does. It is a very, very overpowered ability in a, world like this. But, the thing is there's only so many cases one man can do, or woman, or person, or creature can do. So, honestly, yeah, who knows?
In fact, it brings me down whenever I compare myself to everyone here.
Yeah, that does kind of, hinder Yuma quite a lot. He keeps overthinking his powers. He keeps thinking that Shinigami is the only reason he has that power, but I think the coalescence is actually his true power. I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm wrong and he has something completely different, and that is just Shinigami. But technically, Shinigami is a power of its own, to be fair.
There's no point in developing an inferiority complex just because you don't have any abilities.
True.
People just gotta play with the cards they're dealt.
Yeah, that is pretty on point, to be fair.
Even if you're dealt a terrible hand, sometimes, just sometimes, you can manifest the power of the Joker card.
Which, honestly, having any chance of winning is always possible, no matter what kind of cards you're dealt.
But having no forte is like not even being dealt a hand.
Kind of, but not really.
That's not true. There's stuff you can do because you don't have one.
I guess.
Is that really true?
I think no matter if you have abilities or not, you can do pretty much anything as a detective. I'm pretty sure. With or without a power, I think both of them can do the same things.
Yeah, trust my many years of experience. I'm sure of it.
But I think you would be much better as a detective if you weren't reliant on an ability, though. So technically Yakou is telling the truth here for sure, but I don't think he's thinking of it like that.
Well, do you have an example?
Maybe.
I think it's better you figure it out for yourself. Yeah? What do you think?
Okay, we could try.
Think about it. What can you do without any abilities?
Good question. What do you got, Yuma, for choices? Know how regular people feel. That's actually a very good one to think about. I think that's the answer, honestly. Let's do this one. I know how regular people feel.
I know how regular people feel?
I feel like that's true.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah. That would make a lot of sense.
Although, if you had the ability to read minds, you could understand people's feelings and use it for information.
You could, but you wouldn't truly understand it.
But you'd never be able to join them among the have-nots.
Huh.
To be the same as the vast majority of people is a powerful tool for a detective.
Yeah, because you could blend into the public, kind of. Because you literally would be the public. Even if you are a detective. Huh, yeah, that's pretty interesting to think about.
That's why there's no need to feel down, even if you don't have any special powers.
Huh, thanks for the pep talk, Yakou. That's actually a really nice thing to think about.
Right, I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
Chief, sometimes you say some really profound things.
Yeah, he can be wonky sometimes, but he does say some really good things most of the time when he's actually, trying and not just sitting back and watching things unfold.
Sometimes? What's that supposed to mean?
You can be a wimp sometimes, from what we've seen, but sometimes he can stand up to the plate.
Master, you and Yakou seem to have grown even closer together.
I could definitely say that with that one, honestly. Not all the time with the conversations does it seem to bring us closer, but this one definitely feels like it. Especially with what's going on currently with Yakou. So, kind of sad that if this is our last real conversation with him outside of the main story, that's kind of sad if that's going to be the case. Because, honestly, I really like Yakou's character. I thought he was like a fresh change of pace every now and then, just to have like a normal dude to talk to that, although he didn't have any special powers, he seemed like he knew what he was doing quite a lot. But honestly, final memory until we get the 5s for everybody. Or at least for Yakou. We still got some for Desuhiko, and I think Fubuki is the other one we haven't finished up yet for conversations. We still got 5 after those. But, well, we had 7 to begin with, so might as well get 2 more out of the way before we start our story again. The final conversation with Yakou for now, outside of the gumshoe gabs.
Chief, what made you want to become a detective?
Yeah, why did you become one? That is actually a very good question.
Huh? That came out of nowhere.
It's a very good question, honestly. Surprised it didn't come up earlier.
I'd understand it if you had special powers like everyone else.
True.
But you're not like them. So I want to know what made you decide to be a detective.
I'm gonna say it's probably something to do with, that thing he was reading at the very beginning. He was reading something. I don't know what it was, or like looking at something, and then he put it away quickly when we came into the room. But, could be wrong. You never know.
I see. Well, you could say something encouraged me, but it's not very interesting.
Encouraged you? Okay. Not what I was thinking it was gonna be. I was thinking it was gonna be like the, like something like, he had a family or something, kind of like Batman, where instead of it being like his parents were taken out, maybe like family or something, like his wife or something. But encouraging doesn't seem like that's gonna fit what I was thinking, because I thought his was gonna be like kind of like Batman in a way, kind of, although not really. But I don't know, I was kind of thinking his was gonna be something like that, along the lines of that, but looks like I'm far off on my guess.
As a kid, I was basically Watson.
Really? Huh.
Like a detective's assistant?
That's interesting. How'd you become an assistant?
Back in high school, I worked as a part-timer at a small detective agency.
Huh. That's cool.
But obviously, I never got to do any exciting stuff like investigate murders.
Just basic stuff. Still pretty cool.
All I did was find lost pets and cheating spouses.
It's not too bad. At least it's something.
So exactly what the Nocturnal Detective Agency was doing before we showed up.
Yep. He hasn't changed one bit since high school.
Yeah, that's right.
Seems pretty happy about it, though, based on his face.
But one time, I was involved in the real deal. I took part in an investigation of a murder case.
Really?
Though I was a kid at the time, so I couldn't do much.
What kind of case, exactly?
The detective there was just some slovenly old guy. But he solved that case like Holmes would have.
Oh, is this the guy that you were talking about that had that power? It might have been. Based on, he said he saw that power. It made him feel down. So maybe that's the person he's talking about. So the detective was like Sherlock Holmes while he was Watson. Which, obviously he said that, but it's still an interesting thing to hear, you know, Sherlock Holmes and Watson in general in some of these games, because sometimes they change their names or something, or reverse it, so, you know, for some reason, either through like copyright reasons or something like that. So it's interesting to, well, it doesn't say Sherlock, to be fair, but it's obviously who they're talking about.
I sure looked up to him after that.
Huh.
So that's why he strove to become a detective.
Apparently so. Interesting. It's a very interesting story, Yakou.
If I didn't have an admiration for detectives, or if I had never taken that part-time job at the agency.
He never would have became one. Okay.
I wouldn't have become one.
Yeah, felt like that was coming. Easy to guess from how he was saying it.
Chief looks kinda sad.
He kind of looks sad and happy at the same time. Do you regret it?
Do you regret it?
Yeah, do you?
You mean regret being a detective?
It seems like you have some kind of sadness locked in you. So maybe he slightly does?
Yeah. You looked real sad all of a sudden.
Yeah, what's going on, bud?
Well, I had to deal with a bunch of troublesome stuff after I became a detective.
Troublesome stuff, you say?
There have been times I wished I'd never taken this path.
Really?
But there's also happiness I never would have experienced had I not become one. A lot of people I never would have met, too.
Literally everybody in the agency at the current moment.
Like you guys, for example.
Felt like that was coming.
Chief.
Thanks, Yakou.
I know. Let's go out and eat sometime.
Don't ask Yuma for money again, because you're not going to get it. Flattery won't do it for you, bud.
You know, talking about the past sure made me want a drink.
You need money. You need to, like, cut back a little bit on that.
You should join me.
I don't think Yuma's old enough.
Does that mean you're buying?
Unless he is. Seems like he is.
You better hurry up and get ready before I leave you behind.
Seems like Yuma is just very short. Because, I was thinking he was maybe like 16, 17, but it looks like old enough to drink, which I would think would be at least 18, I would think. In Japan, I think, because it's 21 in... Well, no, wait. Yeah, 21 in America. And then you could vote at 18 in America. But I think it's a little bit smaller, when it comes to Japan by, I think, 18 for drinking, and then I think 16, I believe, for choice, I believe. Choice of, like, multiple different stuff. Like, I'm not going to go fully in detail, but, like, voting, what you want to do with your life, stuff like that. I think that's what it is. I could be slightly off. I'm not 100%. I don't know everything about Japan and everything, but I do enjoy a lot of the culture and aspects of it. So I know a decent amount, I just don't know everything off the top of my head, because I've never gotten to be there before. Want to at some point, but never had the chance. But interesting, though, from what he said.
Why did you ignore my question?
Did he? Really? I didn't realize that he did. Let me look at that. You better hurry up and get ready before I leave you behind. Okay, he's not planning on it.
Well, after losing my memories, I'm glad it was everyone here I ended up meeting.
True. A lot of the other group seemed reluctant to befriend us, so who knows what would have happened if they got here instead with us.
Wait, the chief said he doesn't regret being a detective, but why did he look so sad?
Yeah, why does he look sad?
Maybe I misinterpreted.
Maybe. Maybe it's something to do with the homes of this conversation, maybe.
Master, you and Yakou seem to have grown even closer together.
So whatever happened to his Holmes to his Watson might be the true answer of why he's sad, maybe. Or it could be wrong, but you never know. Interesting. Very, very interesting. But honestly, with that being said, it's time to finally, and I mean finally, see what's going on here with Yakou in the present day. And I'm a little worried on what we're going to find in there, because I'm worried that we heard his spiritual voice where we heard it. Because that means he's knocking on the door at the moment and getting closer and closer to going into the light, or may have already went into the light, you never know. But, I guess we'll find out here very soon.
Come on.
Oh, I thought I was going the right way. Oops. Sorry about that. We'll go this way instead. There we go. Perfect. And through the door we go. And seems like Vivia has left our body alone. Because he would have taken us out already, I would think. And I don't think we'd be able to walk back to the room. Because the form would start fading and we would disappear, I would think. By the time we would get even close to the room, if he wasn't planning on, or if he was still planning on it.
Chief Yakou!
Seems to be about the same shape.
It appears his soul hasn't been severed yet. It's still connected to his body.
Really? How would he talk to us then?
But the line is very thin. It could cut away any moment now.
Huh.
Then why did we hear Chief Yakou's voice back there?
Yeah, how did we?
I don't know.
That is strange. Maybe he finally unlocked some kind of forte. Although, it was unlocked before death, I guess. Which is kind of sad, but that would be a happy ending. At least he got a forte in the end, if that's the case. I don't know. I'm trying to make something happy out of a dark situation like this. But there's not really much I can say to make it happy.
It seems there are many more mysterious things in this world that I don't know about.
Huh.
Well, since he went through the trouble of risking his life to give us a lecture, I will sheath my blade.
Well, thanks, Vivia.
When you're lost, you should believe in your own heart.
True. Very true.
Vivia, I still have a lot I need to say to you.
Yeah, we do have quite a lot of questions, but I don't think we're going to be able to really ask him about those questions for a time, I would think. We need somewhere private, and I don't think that now is the time.
But solving this case is top priority. This is the only way to save Chief Yakou and everyone else.
Seemingly, yeah.
Fine.
Okay, well, he's letting us solve the case. That's good.
You can report to them once you return to your body. I have somewhere else to go.
Somewhere else, you say?
Where are you going?
Yeah, where are you going, Vivia?
After hearing the chief's words, I just remembered. There's something I need to do.
Something you need to do?
What's that?
Yeah, what is that?
I have a premonition.
Premonition, you say? Really? What kind of premonition?
In exchange for obtaining the truth, I sense that our peace and quiet will crumble away.
Really?
But perhaps something entirely new lies beyond that destruction.
Possible. You never know.
In order to discover what that may be, I want to continue my investigation for a bit longer.
Okay, well, at least he's looking hopeful instead of being, doom and gloom like he was right beforehand, before Yakou saved the day earlier in the last one. But, okay, good to see.
It's not that I want the truth. I need to find an answer I can agree to with confidence.
Sounds good to me. As long as it doesn't lead to us getting a box cutter in the throat, I am all for it. You go find the truth, bud.
I still don't understand most of what you say, but now I know we feel the same way about this. Let's investigate this together.
Do you still want to?
As you wish.
Oh. Okay.
Master, don't trust this guy. You can't erase the fact that he flashed a blade at you.
True, but there's a difference between Vivia doing it and the last group of people we dealt with, to be fair.
I know, I'm not that naive.
Highly doubt it based on the last chapter. We got a gun pointed at us and we still helped them. So, But this is a different situation. This is somebody we've known for a lot longer than the people that dragged us off the street and then threatened us for not joining them immediately. So, I definitely feel like Vivia is someone we can at least talk to at least have a stable ground to stand on in fixing things between the two.
You sure about that? After all, you're always so trusting and relying on others.
I feel like this time it's right to.
I still have a bad feeling about this. That guy is dangerous.
He might be, but it seems like he's got a good mind on his shoulders still. He has a reason to, with the fact that he's got the premonitions, and if you're a ghost, you would see a lot of that stuff, so I feel like it makes sense.
Really? I want to believe that it'll be alright now.
Maybe. Well, we're back here now. Let's see if there's anything new if we look around.
Yuma, please hurry.
What about you, Yakou?
Yeah.
Okay, nothing new. How about Fubuki?
That he should be so ineffective at a time like this.
There is some new stuff here.
Oh no.
Dang it! There's gotta be something I can do. Well, your backpack is past the entry gate, so not much you're gonna be able to do, bud. Should have brought it closer in. But looks like we're following Vivia still. Do we still need to worry about lost souls, or are we safe to walk around now? Is my main question.
Maybe you should wait to go until after you report back to the others.
Well, it didn't give me a choice to.
But if I let Vivia go alone now, I get the sense we'll never come to an understanding.
Yeah, probably.
I'm sure Vivia has seen something. That's why he's afraid of the truth.
Well, he hasn't told you that he knows about that Book of Death, bud. So, he definitely knows more. You just don't know about it.
I also want to see what he sees. It may help me understand better.
Maybe.
Are you alright? Did his cryptic way of talking infect you? I hope this isn't a side effect of your coalescence.
And there you go saying it's my coalescence. I keep saying it, it's 100% his ability. It's just that we keep pretending like Shinigami is the reason why he has it. So, and she says it multiple times where it says your, and he still doesn't believe that it's his power. But, it can still be connected because of the whole Shinigami thing, but I feel like that is just, we think it is, and it actually is. Or we think it's Shinigami, but it's actually Yuma's. But, who knows, I still could be wrong there, but it feels that way to me.
I said I'd continue the investigation. But where do I begin?
Honestly, good question.
Huh? I thought you already had a plan.
Well, there's only so much he can figure out on a single glance at something.
Nope.
Oh, well, good question. I kind of want to check this underground area. It looks like it goes further down, but I don't think there's going to be anything down there for us.
You don't, huh?
If you have any expectations for my actions, then you're in for a disappointment.
I feel like there's still more you could tell Yuma, but fair enough.
I'm good at avoiding trouble, but I'm terrible at handling it.
I can definitely see that one.
I try to stay still and just let things pass. That's the kind of human I am.
Yeah, you're very laid back. Like, you reading a book instead of going to the submarine ended up being a good idea in the end, but because everyone didn't show up at the submarine during the first chapter, and if they did, it would have been terrible to do so. Yeah, they're all pretty lax, especially Vivia.
That's because spectral projection allows him to investigate without moving an inch.
True.
So, what have you learned about Dr. Huesca's death?
Not a lot, but it seems like he was burned and stabbed to death at the same time by a very not fun poison known as, well, poison technically, but, more acid, because people more say acid when it comes to that, because it's sulfuric acid that was used on him. But, yeah, that's really all we really know.
Well, I gathered some clues, but I still have no idea how the culprit entered the area.
And we also know that his death was, the reason for the type of death he had was based on his research, too. Because of the fact that, we read his notes and he was, apparently doing something with sulfuric acid in people's bodies. So, it was definitely targeted for a reason when it comes to that part.
There are only two reasons a mystery goes unsolved. Either there's not enough information, or not enough smarts.
Yeah, that's about right.
There's no point in crying over the latter. Which means there's only one thing we can do.
And what's that?
Should we search the scene one last time?
In body form we should, but I think we're going to do something in spiritual form for now.
No, the missing piece might not always be at the crime scene.
Really?
It could have been launched far away, like pieces of shattered glass.
There's that thing he was talking about mirrors before in the last one. Would I shatter the mirror to reveal the truth? If it were to, and if we were to, would we try and search for the truth even if it leads to destruction in the end? So, I guess this is our shattered glass, I guess, of our mirror, based on his, what he was saying.
So you're saying we should check somewhere else?
I guess so.
I'll let you be our guide here.
Okay, well, let's definitely take a look. I don't know where to start, though, here, when it comes to this one.
But I'd like to request minimal movement. The shortest possible distance.
Shortest possible distance, you say?
Hey, Master? Are you sure there could be another key to the mystery somewhere else?
The only place I can think about checking again is maybe the robot lab? Because that's the only place I could think of, out of the places we know about.
We did finish investigating the actual crime scene, so it could be a good idea to search elsewhere.
Maybe. And maybe we'll see, Mr. Fink still walking around, because he's definitely still in here. There's no way around that.
We can use spectral projection to enter anywhere and look.
Maybe. Oh, back to the investigation indeed. Okay, cool. This time...
We don't have much time. We have to check the rooms we can access.
That is indeed true.
Barge in and check everything.
Okay, waiting for them to finish up. Okay, cool. No lost spirits this time round. Interesting to note. Okay. Well, let's look for people in lab coats, because we saw Fink go into a lab coat while he was walking away from after taking out Yakou.
For you when it comes to being the soul. You better listen to what I say.
Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. I want to check out the actual blood area.
This hallway. Let's see if we can learn anything.
Maybe. Let's take a look.
The gory bloodstains are still here. They're from Chief Yakou.
It looks like it's dripping into the vents. I don't know if that means anything, though.
This is where he was attacked by the hitman.
Yep, 100%.
Damn it all! If I'd only gotten here earlier, I could have changed his fate.
Yeah, sure. That guy was double your size. You would have been flung around at the first instance.
Yuma, did you see the hitman's face?
Not really.
No, not clearly.
We saw him, but we didn't get a good enough look at him.
Then how do you know it was the hitman?
Good question.
Because Chief Yakou said so himself.
Yeah, and I would think he would... If it was someone we knew, he would have immediately called them out. Plus, the fact is, The only person I could possibly think of, if it was somebody we knew, possibly Yomi, but the thing is Yomi can't be it, because Yomi showed up almost immediately with the Peacekeepers after the fact, so it can't be Yomi. So it's definitely someone we don't know, really. Or could be someone we know, no, but they're too tall to be Makoto, so it can't be Makoto. Could have been hired by Makoto or Yomi, but I don't think it could be either of those two. So, no real clue, honestly.
The hitman. Fink. The slaughter artist.
Huh. But Yakuo's statement, Yakuo testified the hitman attacked him.
Also, the knife which was used to stab Chief Yakou has an F inscribed in it.
Which, what we know from the Peacekeepers, is his weapon of choice. To let people know that he did indeed do the crime.
Ah, the murder weapon always used by Fink, the slaughter artist.
Yep, but does that make it 100% him? Honestly, Fink could be multiple people, honestly. But he could still be one person, too. It's just possible that it could be multiple people at the same time. When it comes to the Fink name, and that would make more sense why it's 100%, unless we're right about the Forte thing. Because the thing is we were told people can have Fortes and they can use them for wrong, from Halara all the way back during the Nail Name chapter. So it's like, is it the case, or is it not? That's really the real question. Be interesting if it is, but more than likely not. But it would be cool.
You know about it?
Yeah, I would think so.
I did some research after we got that note from the killer. I am still a detective, I suppose.
Which would make sense he would. Look into it with how you like to look into knowledge and stuff.
He uses his knife to prove to his clients that he committed the murder.
Which is true from what we learned from Peacekeepers.
Setting that aside, don't you think these blood stains are unnatural?
Unnatural? What do you mean?
You're right. There are some strange marks, like something brushed against it.
That... Huh? That is weird. What?
Considering the chaos at the time, I don't think it's odd for a mark like this to be here.
Yeah, that is weird that it's like that. Because I don't think Yomi dragged him like that.
Look closer. This mark appears to have been made with someone's bloody fingertip.
He does have bloody fingertips, we know this.
Is it a dying message?
Maybe.
Could the chief have done it? Was he trying to tell us something?
It looks like he's crawling towards the vents. Maybe.
No. It's more like he was trying to reach for something, rather than write out words.
So maybe the vents are the answer then. But I thought the vents were too small though, in that other area.
What could he have been reaching for?
Honestly, good question.
Master, maybe it's that houseplant over there.
Possible. But really? Houseplants? Why would he grab for the houseplant?
Maybe there's something about this plant.
Maybe.
Vivia! Something's hidden behind the pot!
Behind the pot, you say?
Photo and a map?
What the? And it does have his blood marks on it. Okay, what do we got? Don't see anything to do with the vent system. So it's not that, it looks like. Huh.
Isn't this the map of this lab?
Oh, wait a minute. There's more to it. There's, you can see, like, small blood prints near the electrical area. But other than that, not really sure. There's a little bit everywhere, but certain areas have marks on them. Huh.
Map? Why would there be a map here?
That's a good question.
As for the photo, I have no idea.
That one's definitely what we saw at the beginning. So I was slightly right on the initial thing. Because that's gotta be Yakou on the left, right? But who's the lady on the right? Could be like I was saying, like a wife or kid thing, kind of like Batman, like I was saying earlier. Because that was just a general guess, just because it seemed like it was important to him, and he tried to get rid of it as quick as possible when we first noticed him, and we didn't, ask him about it, really, or press him for questions on it. But that's definitely Yakou and maybe a girlfriend or a wife or something. But, I would say that they're no longer seeing each other for sure, I would say. Or she could be dead or something similar. So this might be more actually what that whole reason why becoming a detective could have been troubling then. So I might be wrong on the whole. Or wait, that could be his Holmes maybe too. Maybe this is the person that he met there, maybe. Honestly, I'm very curious now. Very, very curious.
The photo shows a young man and a woman.
It definitely does, and it's definitely Yakou, I would think. Even if it's marked out, I can make up some of his blue hair next to the next to his collar, and the spikiness of his hair too. But interesting.
The woman looks like she's wearing a lab coat. Is she a researcher here?
Lab coat? I didn't actually notice what she's wearing. That's weird. That's really weird, actually.
The man is covered with blood. I can't see his face very well.
Huh.
You keep staring at that photo.
It's a good photo to actually get a good look at, actually, I think.
Fall in love with the woman? You really fall for every girl, huh?
Shinigami, you know it's not that way.
I'm just checking for clues.
Huh.
This is a clue? You don't know the connection between the case and this photo?
We really don't, but that's interesting, though.
I don't. But it has to be a clue.
I would think so.
This bloodstain was made by Chief Yakou as he tried to hide this behind the pot.
Huh.
He left this clue and made sure the culprit didn't find it.
That is an interesting clue, but the other clue is for himself. The map I'm not really sure about.
By using the last of his dying strength?
He's not dead!
Huh. A floor map of the lab. It was found hidden behind a house plant. I don't really see anything with the map, though. North is... Oh, that's interesting. North is slightly up and to the right of here on the map. For some reason. I don't know why that would be marked, but interesting. And then it also shows how many rooms it takes to get to where you need to in order to get to Huesca. But other than that, nothing really. And I'm just gonna say Yakou's photo. There's no way around it. Because we saw him with this thing at the very beginning of the chapter. And I don't think he would have a photo of somebody else. Some other family. That wouldn't make any sense. A photo of a young man and a woman. Okay. Interesting. Oh, let's see here. Where do we want to go first?
This is the central lab.
Central
There
lab?
might be some clues here.
It could be. Let's check. Into the lab we go. Let's see what's going on in here. Get a good look about everything here. Hopefully get some answers. I want to see what's going on. Nope, we can't go in there. But it doesn't look like we need to. Wonder what's going on in there. Huh. Some sort of machine. Looks like some kind of atom splitter. What is that? It's a machine, but I have absolutely no idea what it is for. Looks like it's undergoing maintenance right now. A researcher is doing an inspection.
For now,
It's not being used to die, so I'm thinking it's unrelated to the case.
I would think so, that makes sense. Looks like, just curious if there's any gumshoe gabs we might miss. I'm pretty sure we got all of them for this chapter, but you never know. This looks like the power for this place, maybe.
That's...
Could be wrong, but it looks like something that could maybe control. With all the servers here, I would think that this might be the power. It's a machine with space for something to be placed inside. I have no idea what it's used for.
If only you weren't in ghost form, you could touch it and find out.
Looks like you need hearing protection and gloves to use it, though. Even if I had my body, I wouldn't touch this. I might break it. Probably. Okay, we're gonna see what's going... Oh, wait a minute. That's the stairs, I think.
One, Master.
Let me go down here. Oh, we actually can go in here. Ooh. Okay.
It says this is the electrical room. Maybe we can find a
Okay.
reason for the blackout here.
This is an interesting place to be, because we weren't able to go down here earlier. We were able to walk through here. I tried to go down the stairs, from what I remember, when Makoto is trying to, drag us around and stuff. But, interesting. What's in here? Because this is definitely going to have something, I would think, for the case, since the electricity went out during it.
Let's check it out.
Yeah, let's definitely get a good look. Okay. And it wasn't one of the places we were supposed to go to, it looks like, on the... right away, based on the
What about over there?
explanation marks. What about Vivia?
Sorry about threatening you with the blade earlier.
It's fine. Water under the bridge, for the time being.
I was so scared. I thought you were going to kill me. You weren't serious, were you?
He definitely was.
Why wouldn't I be?
Fair.
Huh?
Honestly, Yuma, he has a lot of reasons.
To tell the truth, I wouldn't know if I'd actually slash your throat until I was about to do it.
Really? Well, that's good to know. So you would have been hesitant to do so. That's good to hear.
Although, there's a good chance Halara and the others would stop me.
True. That is actually a good point.
So, you were serious?
Kind of. It looks like it wasn't 100% though. So it was a possibility he would stop immediately. So that's good to hear.
I don't want to kill anyone if possible. I don't like seeing blood.
That's good to hear.
But yes, I was serious.
Okay. I wish you would tell Yuma about you knowing about Shinigami at this point, but maybe it's best that Shinigami doesn't know that.
This guy is dangerous.
Well, kind of.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, gotta write an apology. Let's look around at this place.
This is...
I wonder what this device is. It's bigger than what we saw in the lab.
It's probably a machine for recording research logs, right?
There's no way I can find out right now. Let's look elsewhere.
You better hurry or you'll run out of time.
I don't think we'll run out of time.
There are a bunch of switchboards. Looks like the lab's power system.
So this is how the power went out. It was literally switched off. Okay. Interesting.
If this was shut down, there'd be a power outage in the lab.
Well, the main lab, not the secret one.
All of the power to the lab seems to be managed here.
Seemingly, yeah.
Wait, I don't see a switchboard for Dr. Weska's lab.
Because his is completely separate.
That reminds me. Dr. Weska said the critical lab was on an independent system.
So it makes no sense how they got through even with that.
This critical lab operates on a separate power system that obviously includes its security measures.
Which is a very good idea, but it didn't work for him anyways.
I see.
But what do we do with this information, really?
That was a rather indifferent response from Vivia.
Maybe he's bored with the investigation?
Maybe he figured it out, maybe? Huh. The critical lab security system operates on a separate power system. Then what is managed in the electrical room? Which we already knew that information, though. So nothing new.
True. I saw someone suspicious right here.
And someone did see someone go in here. Okay, good.
Was it before or after the blackout?
I would say before.
Right after the blackout.
Wait, after? What?
I happened to be nearby when the lights went out. So I came here to turn the power back on.
Oh, okay. I was about to say. Okay. I understand what she's saying. Technically before the blackout, but it was because they were coming down here to turn the power back on, they probably ran past her.
And I saw a dark silhouette pass right through the shadows.
Huh.
That doesn't really tell me much.
It tells a lot of stuff.
Please believe me, it must have been the hitman.
I would think so.
So someone suspicious was wandering around here right after the blackout.
That would add up, honestly.
Does that mean it was caused by the hitman? Why would he do that?
Well, easier to slide around people when there's less light. But right after the blackout, a researcher witnessed a dark silhouette pass through the shadows. Electrical room eyewitness. Okay. Interesting. Looks like that's pretty much all we're gonna get from here.
Yep. Use
So-
the stairs so you don't get fat.
Okay. But it looks like a lot of areas in here, it looks like. Maybe.
I see.
But, where can we exactly go? I'm making sure of all the places we can go. Looks like we might need to listen in on the researchers, maybe.
Hey,
on the different areas.
is it true that Dr. Wesker was killed?
It definitely is.
Yeah, just like that note said. But why send a death threat? It'd be a lot easier to take someone out if you don't announce it beforehand.
It is quite strange that that happened, but that seems like Fink's calling card. Is the knife at the end and the you know, the message at the beginning.
It's a hitman we're talking about. Maybe it's his policy or something.
Maybe.
That's a good point. What was the purpose of sending that note?
It really is questionable.
Plus, not only was it sent to the targets, the doctor, it was also sent to the peacekeepers and our detective agency.
Which is strange for it to be sent to the detective agency, of all things.
Doing that would just increase security around here, making it even harder for the hitman to do his job.
Maybe he wanted to have some fun with it being harder? Maybe.
According to my research about Fink, the slaughter artist,
Yeah, what do you know, Vivia?
he's never sent a note like that in his previous cases. At the very least, it was not his MO.
Really? That's weird.
So, this time is special?
Maybe.
Well, who knows?
That is very strange. So you're telling me that it might not be Fink? And someone pretending to be Fink? That's interesting. Huh. Okay. According to Vivia's investigation, there has never been a case where Fink the Slaughter Artist issued a death threat. Huh. Okay. Good to know, honestly. Don't know what I can do with that information, but let's see if you guys have
This
anything.
reminds me. You went inside Dr. Wesker's lab before, right?
I don't think anybody really has.
Yeah, just once.
Oh.
I was forced to help deliver some food to him.
Makes sense.
I think it was about 3 months ago.
Probably the last time he's had anybody bring food or bring any food in.
And he's been shut in there since, right? I'd go insane.
He probably already is.
But the doctor was famous for being antisocial. It was probably the perfect environment for him.
Fair, yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Still, this is a bit extreme for the sake of avoiding people.
Yeah, it definitely is. Also, Shinigami made me think that somebody was behind the window there. She's just reflecting off the background of the glass differently than I would think she would. Because I saw something like wispy, and I thought it was like someone invisible or something, but nope, just Shinigami's reflection. Huh.
Anyway, when I brought in the food, He made me check inside those boxes repeatedly to make sure no one was inside.
No one was inside them?
Not that there was any space for someone to hide in. The guy was just paranoid like that.
That is very specific. I'm surprised that didn't get written down, because they're actually reading that out, so you would think that would be a key thing, but it took down the explanation mark for this area, so that's... Are you our guy? No, you're definitely not. I thought that was him for a second, because we're still looking for someone in a lab coat that Fink might be pretending to be. But so far, it looks like we're not seeing him anywhere of note. But I am going to definitely double-check areas, because you never know, maybe somebody's hiding somewhere. It's possible. But honestly, heavy doubt, but it's possible.
This is the robot lab where we picked up Amapel. Let's look it over again.
Yeah, let's definitely see what's going on in here. Maybe we'll find some new information about the robot lab that might be connected.
Hey, listen up. The reason Dr. Wesker died is because he deserved it. It's called karma.
Karma? Are you giving your testimony to your little robot buddy? Was it you?
He always insulted my research.
Huh.
Serves him right! Serves him right!
Well, his boots aren't big enough to be the person that kicked over the robot, to be fair. Plus, we saw him before we went in there.
Oh, sorry. That must have hurt. This is also his fault.
Okay.
They still haven't come back with that Amapel I lent them.
Well, it's in his lab. Go grab it.
I'll take a bath with it once it comes back to me. Oh, but that means I need to start research on waterproofing it.
Okay, Mr. Robot Researcher.
I think I've seen something I shouldn't have.
We really have.
He certainly has a grudge against Dr. Wesker.
Yeah, he does, but it's not him. We saw him before we went in there. And I don't think he would have been able to do it and then run out of the room. And then, we would have saw him. So, I doubt it.
I guess it's easy to find out what people are really thinking when you're in ghost form.
Kind of, yeah.
My forte exposes anyone's inner life and encourages them to tell the truth.
Yeah, that would make sense because of the fact they can't see you.
That being said, it's thanks to this ability that no one comes near me anymore.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Which is what makes you special, Yuma.
Thanks. Well, take it as a compliment.
You think so?
Yeah, I would think that would be a compliment from him.
You're way too naive, Master. It's pretty much a sickness at this point.
Okay, then. Let's see. What do we got in this room? Anything to really look at? We kind of looked at this stuff before, but I don't really see anything new. We got the monitor here. This is new.
There's a manual for Amapel. I already know most of the controls, but I should read this.
Maybe we'll learn something new.
Amapel can be controlled via a special tablet device.
Special tablet device.
Watch the camera feed from Amapel's eyes while you use the key buttons to control it.
Yeah.
You can also use the mic to communicate via voice.
We didn't really do that, did we?
For safety, the ends of the arms are ball-shaped, but can still be used for actions such as pressing buttons.
Huh.
However, while extending or retracting an arm, the controls for the camera and body do not function.
Which makes sense, because they didn't want the wires getting wrapped up. But,
This is to prevent the arm's wires from being tangled when children handle it roughly.
Yeah, that's what we know.
It has a load capacity of 100 kilograms and is durable enough to withstand most falls.
Most falls, you say?
The sales pitch does say, withstand play with your rowdiest kids and tough enough for an elephant to stand on.
But it really can't be tough enough for an elephant to stand on it. From what we know from the researcher himself, he said that.
It's exactly as the researcher told us.
Yep. Nothing really new, but the fall thing is kind of interesting.
Yeah. There isn't much other information.
There really isn't. Huh. Amapal is sturdy and has many features. Amapal's design. Noted, though. That looks like everything here, though. So, through this room we go. And we got one more place to check. And that's the room on the other side. But I'm pretty sure, didn't we go in there before, or is this somewhere we haven't been yet? Because I honestly am not sure if we have been here yet. Researcher and Peacekeeper. Well, let's see what's going on here.
So, what room is this? It seems to be locked.
A locked room? That's interesting.
I told you, it's just storage.
Storage.
They keep it locked up because there are some confidential documents inside.
That would make sense, then.
Among us researchers, we treat it as perpetually sealed off.
Okay.
Well, unlock it right now. We need to see if the detectives are hiding inside.
You could literally go into the other room that's not locked. But, okay.
The only key is held by the Peacekeeper's director.
Oh, you're definitely not getting it then.
What? Director Yomi has it? Aren't there any other keys?
Probably not, and Yomi's definitely not giving it to you.
No. The Peacekeeper's director personally manages this area, so he has the only key.
Makes sense.
I see.
With the fact that the Peacekeepers basically own Amaterasu, so... And the fact that Director Yomi is pretty much their president at this point, even though Makoto is their figurehead of the company, who they use as the face of it, even though he has no intention on doing anything with what the Peacekeepers are doing. He's just being used as their face, and basically being their fall guy, while Director Yomi does all these shady things.
Guess we don't need to look inside. This conversation never happened.
Huh.
Right.
Is that the person we're looking for who pretended to be a Peacekeeper? That seems really weird for a Peacekeeper to be that nosy, from what we know. Because as soon as someone brings up Yomi, they usually just walk away, or they say, "Oh, I'm sorry." Peacekeeper Director Yomi holds the key to the storage room.
Only the director has the key to this room?
We're definitely going in there.
There's gotta be some kind of secret here.
I would definitely hope so.
Right, let's take a look inside.
Maybe we'll find our homunculus research. It's possible. Let's hope. I kinda do. With the fact that we can't get it from Huesca anymore. There's gotta be some way of getting it, right? But it's probably on his computer, if anything. And we haven't had a chance to go back in there as a normal person.
It seems like ordinary storage space.
Seemingly, yeah.
The files lining the shelves appear to be mostly old research logs.
Old research logs, you say?
Everything else is just junk and experimental tools. Guess this has nothing to do with the incident.
Maybe, it's possible.
Nothing here seems to pertain to homunculus research or Kanai Ward's ultimate secret.
Oh, that's unfortunate. I was really hoping there was at least something in here.
Huh? How do you know that?
Oh, he's been following us, obviously.
There's a section with a missing file. He probably already disposed of anything he didn't want others to see.
Huh.
The secret we're looking for won't be here anymore.
Oh, that's not good.
So, the evidence has already been destroyed. After we finally found the secret lab, too.
Yep. But it could be on his lab, or his laptop in his main room for Huesca. Huh? What are you doing? Oh, I thought she was looking at something. But we got disorganized files. Just kind of getting a good look to see if there's anything. Looks like just Vivia and disorganized files for the most part. Okay. Well, let's talk to Vivia first.
By the way, what made you suddenly decide you wanted to take part in the investigation?
Probably Yakou's speech.
Didn't I just tell you why?
Kind of.
There's no mistake that the truth you seek is dangerous. our peace and quiet may crumble away.
Maybe.
But I remember the chief's words. Beyond the truth, may be something far more important.
Possible.
I must see what it could be.
Honestly, I'm kind of curious too. So what we're doing could lead to ruin, but it could also lead to rebuilding everything to a better world of sorts.
Sheesh. I don't get it. What in the world is he talking about?
Honestly, very good question, Shinigami, but I somewhat understand what he's trying to say. Oh, Vivia's not happy with what Shinigami was saying. Still not telling us upright, but he is acknowledging it multiple times now.
There's a folder on the desk.
Yeah, what's going on with the folder?
The desk is covered in dust, but the folder isn't.
That's interesting. So the folder is something that Yomi constantly moves, maybe, to look into, maybe.
Amaterasu lab map. Huh, I guess it's a map.
Wait a minute. Lab map. The only way to get a map... That was, what... That's interesting. If Yakou had the map, or Fink had the map, they would have had to go through Yomi. Interesting. Really.
But it's empty inside.
And this is where it was originally. So Yomi grabbed the map, and somehow it got on Yakou.
Hey, maybe...
Interesting.
The map we saw outside could have been taken from here.
Yeah, 100%. That's gotta be it.
But why would it be left out then?
But why, though?
There's nothing else here. Seems like we weren't able to find anything of note.
There was something, although I'm not really sure on how we can put those together.
Sheesh. I was hoping this suspicious experimental lab would have a hidden passage or two.
They really don't.
For now, let's finish our investigation here and go to another room.
Well, this is our last room.
Such a pain. But I guess we have to.
Yep, nothing else we can do here, honestly. But we did get a key. A section of the files on the shelf is missing. Whatever he didn't want others to see, being Yomi, has already been disposed of. Missing file. Huh. Well, where do we go now, honestly? The investigation shows... That's weird. Forgot the button for the map. One sec. It's been a while since we've... There we go. Where's it want us to go? We talked to you again, but... I wonder what lies beyond the truth.
What are you trying to say?
Oh, he somewhat kind of reacted to her. There, too. Huh. Weird.
I think that's about it.
Oh, that's why. I was wondering what was going on. Okay. So it was just that we didn't leave the room. I thought it would give us the end investigation button. Okay. Well, now what do we do? But I think I've checked what I can here. It's probably the end of our investigation here too. Completely. Before
I've checked everything I could.
Maybe the mystery labyrinth, I think.
Knew it! You didn't get any clues for the case.
Not really, but there's a lot of stuff, just not anything substantial.
We have learned a lot here.
Yeah, decent amount.
What?
Oh, he answered Shinigami. You kind of messed up there, buddy.
But what did we learn?
But, we did get a couple things.
That's all I can do to help.
It's all you could do to help.
After all, I'm more interested in the story than the truth.
Fair enough.
I think we should return to our bodies soon. There's not much time left.
Which is something he's talked to us about. He doesn't care about finding out truth to things. He cares about the journey that is connected to them. because it's more fun. Like, for example, if we don't know about aliens or know the truth about aliens, it wouldn't be fun to learn about them anymore, kind of thing. It was kind of how a best way to explain it. If you know the truth to something, it won't be as interesting. So it makes sense that he only cares about the story part and not the actual finite truth to it. And it's also in the books that he reads too, to be fair, because it makes you choose the answer yourself and doesn't give you any truth in the end of his books that he likes.
Oh, then I'll go back too.
Yeah, we going with you, or you going off on your own now? Yep, looks like we're going with him. I was thinking he was going off on his own for a bit. Okay. Well, we're definitely, I would think, done with our main investigation here. I think. So that means we must be getting close to the mystery labyrinth. The only thing is I am not sure what we're going to be able to do in the mystery labyrinth yet for this one. Because at least the last time, we had a lot of information we could go off of. But this time, I'm really not sure.
Hey, you're back. How'd the investigation go?
A little messy, but we got a decent amount of information.
Well, I managed to get a lot more information thanks to Vivia's help.
Yep, good decent amounts. Although, enough to substantially do anything? Not sure.
Whatever, just tell us what you found. We don't have time.
We don't have time.
Sure.
Oh yeah, Yakou. I thought you were meaning, like, we need to get this, like, we're, like, running out of time because peacekeepers are coming after us now or something. But, okay. Give them a good, quick way of everything. And figure out what the group thinks of that.
So nothing you found leads us directly to the culprit. Oh, damn.
Not really, but that doesn't mean we can't use it.
Yeah, sorry.
But it's possible we could.
If only we could get a glimpse of Dr. Weska's computer.
That would be nice. But, I definitely feel like, if that is where we're going, I think that's how we're definitely getting caught, I think. Because we have to go through the peacekeepers, right? So, and there's no way out of the lab. So, I see how we're going to be getting in our mystery labyrinth this time, 100%. I think this is 100% here.
What could we learn from that?
Well, there might be something on it.
The security logs. They should be saved on the doctor's computer.
And that would make a lot of sense. He did tell us that that would be the case.
If we could check the logs, we could clearly see the security system status.
True.
With that, we may be able to figure out when and how the culprit entered the lab.
Could have been a decent amount of time before, too. To be fair, he could have been in there for who knows how long.
Can't you check the logs with that computer instead?
No.
I can see that the log file exists, but you must log onto the doctor's computer to see what's inside.
Huh. I was not expecting it to be able to see that, actually, but okay, that's interesting. It is the security room, to be fair. I'm surprised that we haven't been found in here yet. But, yeah, we do need to get into that computer.
Yuma, you were in the doctor's lab. Why didn't you check his computer?
You can't touch it?
You cannot touch anything while using spectral projection. So obviously, we couldn't mess with the computer either.
Yeah, there would be no way of doing so.
Well, why didn't you possess a peacekeeper in the room and make him order the others to do it?
Because we can't do that. Because it's not that. Because you can't force the soul of, like, an actual soul into another soul. Or at least I don't think you would be able to, because you would have to force the other guy's soul out of his body, kind of thing.
Don't be unrealistic, please. The ghost form isn't all powerful like that.
Yeah, wouldn't make any sense. It's already overpowered as is.
It cannot take over someone else's body, nor can it be heard. In fact, you weren't able to hear the conversation between Yuma and me when we were using spectral projection.
True.
Master,
What do you got, Shinigami?
I think you should carefully remember that spectral projection trait.
We'll remember it, but he can't do anything in the spectral projection.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Because if you call out Vivia, I don't think it's possible. I'm gonna be honest there.
No reason. I just have a feeling.
Plus, he can't grab anything. Ghost form traits, as heard from Vivia, there are several limitations ghost form traits. Oh, okay, that's what you meant by that. But, yeah, it's definitely not Vivia. Because Vivia and Halara were with each other. Like, Halara would have saw Vivia lay down, go and take out Huesca, but the thing is Huesca couldn't have been taken out by ghost form Vivia because Vivia can't do anything while in the ghost form. Like touching somebody, attacking somebody, and all that, so it's definitely not Vivia. But Shinigami made me think it was her, just based on how she kind of said that, but it's not exactly what she meant by that. But it made me think that, but no, it's definitely not Vivia. In either of them. Because I think it was one person, just who exactly is that person that is fake, is the real question.
Since it can't be done with spectral projection, someone has to go back there and look at the doctor's computer, right?
Yep, 100%.
That's basically jumping right into enemy territory!
Yeah, it really is. Something's going on.
This is bad. His heartbeat.
Oh no.
Are you serious? Is the chief gonna be alright?
Don't just stand there!
He's losing blood.
Chief,
So...
please stay with us! It was only a matter of time to begin with, but it looks like that time has come.
Yep.
Oh. What should I do? At this rate, it'll be over for everyone.
Well, we can't do much.
Halara, Fubuki, Desuhiko, and even Vivia. I refuse to let it end without saving anyone.
Huh.
To be honest, even if you want to go to the mystery labyrinth, you don't have enough clues.
Yeah, we really don't.
So you're saying we can't do anything until we check the doctor's computer?
Yep. Unless...
Master, you've always been relying on others until now. Isn't it time for you to do this yourself?
True.
You may be a trainee, but you're still a detective. Try to save everyone on your own.
That could be... Oh, so are we really gonna... Oh, this is gonna be interesting.
You're not the type. Just teasing ya.
No, I think he might do it, actually. Oh, no, he's going straight for the computer. Huh.
Yuma, what's wrong?
Looks like we're going straight for the heart of the answer here.
I'm heading back to check the doctor's computer. We have to find the final clue.
Wow.
Wait, are you heading in there as yourself?
It's best if one person goes in and not the whole group and gets caught immediately. Because leaving Yakou, I think, would be terrible to do at this point. Someone needs to be here. Because if we leave him, he's definitely gone. If we have some people stay with him, it's possible he could live. But who knows?
Do you know what you're doing, Yuma? It's all over if you go out there and get caught.
Well, honestly, we can just jump into that labyrinth and hope for the best.
Thanks to our investigation while in ghost form, I have an idea where the peacekeepers are located.
True.
Now is our only chance before Yomi comes back with more peacekeepers.
That is also true.
Alright. I'll leave the investigation to you, Yuma.
Okay, well, it looks like we're going on our own now.
Hey,
maybe.
Are you sure about this?
Not really, but you're not talking to Yuma.
Our hands are full just trying to treat the chief. We have no choice but to leave it to Yuma.
Yeah, and we have all the information, and Vivia's not going to be the one to go for the truth. Just the story.
The doctor's computer should have the security log and other important data hidden inside.
Hopefully so, honestly.
Right, I'll see to it.
I should join you. That way if you get caught, I can use my forte.
It's probably best if you stay here. Maybe you could turn back time to keep Yakou alive or something.
No, Fubuki. Please save your power for when everyone is in danger.
Yeah, best way to do it.
I'll be fine.
I hope so.
Reversing time takes a lot of energy, right? It should be saved as a last resort.
Really should be, honestly, at this point.
Alright.
But yes, just stay here, be careful.
I'll stay here as well.
Really? Really? Wait a minute. Okay, so if Vivia's gonna stay here, that's actually interesting. Because I'm making a major guess on us getting caught there for sure. There's no way. I think that's where our mystery labyrinth begins. At this point, it seems like it's leading up to our mystery labyrinth beginning. But Vivia not going into the labyrinth with us, that's... because he would have to be there for it to happen, right? Huh.
Why? You should go!
I don't think he wants to.
There is nothing for me to
do. Kind of, yeah, I guess, fair.
Besides, even if we found the truth, it would not improve the situation here.
Kind of, yeah, but it might.
So you're just gonna give up? You gotta be kidding!
Well, it's kind of his lax personality.
Fine! I won't waste time asking you anything anymore. Just go to sleep or whatever. Yuma, you're our only hope. Show him you're no longer just a rookie.
Thanks, bud.
Right. I'm heading off now.
Okay, well...
Master, you're acting pretty cool.
Honestly, I'm happy he's finally stepping up to the plate. Because every chapter he's been, like, kind of antsy or kind of worried about using the mystery labyrinth and solving cases and stuff. But this time it actually feels like he's actually, you know, stepping up to the plate, which is good, honestly.
I am a detective after all. Well, a trainee one.
Well, to be fair, Desuhiko just called us a real one at this point.
Seems like my training is working.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, and Master?
What's that, Shinigami?
Regarding the clumsy girl's time rewinding power, you should probably keep that in mind too.
Keep that in mind too, you say?
Huh? Why?
Yeah, why?
It probably has nothing to do with the case. Just a feeling.
Huh?
You know, just in case.
Sure.
Okay. Why is that a key? Fubuki's forte can turn back time. It was used while controlling Amapal. Well, it wasn't her, so why do we get a key for her? Okay then. She's a pacifist.
Alright, let's move carefully so the peacekeepers
That's a
don't
weird
spot
key
us.
though. But yeah, we're getting closer to the truth here for sure. Okay. I'm gonna say that more than likely, this is where we're gonna end off today's episode. Since we're 100% going into the Mystery Labyrinth in the next one. And honestly, would be nice to not directly, you know, go straight into the Labyrinth immediately at the beginning of the episode, to be fair. Because, honestly, I kind of want to see the build-up and up to it for this Labyrinth in the same episode, honestly. Because it seems like it's going to be quite crazy, I think. And maybe our homunculus research is also in that computer. You never know. But with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's episode. It's been a blast hanging out with you guys like always. And with that being said, keep being spooky, have a wonderful-ish day, and peace out. Hey boys and girls, thank you all for watching today's episode. If you liked what you saw today, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe. And hit the bell notification down below. If you guys have any kind of suggestions for games, please put that in the comments down below as well. Thank you all for watching today's episode, and keep being spooky. Peace out, guys.